The destiny of Estrella. The sun was setting over the vast Mexican savanna, painting the sky orange and red, while Estrella, the magnificent white mare, was tied to a solitary tree in the heart of the wide plains. The soft wind made the mesquites dance, but the beauty of the scene was overshadowed by a growing sense of danger. Estrella felt it deeply, as if the very air around her was thick with tension. Her large, deep eyes moved from side to side, picking up every sound, every movement in the shadows that appeared in the distance. Nature seemed to have prepared for what was about to come. She knew something was wrong. The human, always so strange to her, had trapped her. Her body, which usually moved gracefully across the earth, was now confined, like a piece in a cruel game. Estrella was more than just a horse. She was a symbol of beauty and freedom, something that man, with his greed, had decided to capture and turn into merchandise. Samuel Martinez, a young veterinarian dedicated to wildlife preservation, often observed Estrella from a distance. He couldn't shake the feeling that she was unlike any other animal. There was something about her, something beyond her striking appearance, that made him think she carried the wisdom of an ancient time, a time when wildlife was respected. When he first saw her, her graceful posture and bright eyes captivated him. He knew Estrella's beauty should not be in the hands of someone like Leonardo Ferraz, a magnate with no scruples. Inside Leonardo's stable, anxiety filled the air. Everyone knew what was about to happen. Estrella, with her shining white coat, would be the main attraction at a lavish party where Leonardo would display his wealth to international investors. She must be perfect, Leonardo ordered, without even looking at the animal. To him, Estrella was nothing but a piece of his collection of riches. There was no affection in his voice, only calculation and exploitation. Estrella, however, felt every movement around her. She tried to understand what was happening, what these strange beings wanted from her. But as the fireworks began to explode in the sky, a wave of panic overtook her. The sound was unbearable, deafening. Her eyes widened in terror, and her skin trembled with each explosion. She whinnied in fear, trying in vain to break free from her restraints. The tension grew as the fireworks continued, and Estrella, with all her strength and survival instinct, began to struggle with everything she had. The guests at the party, impressed with the spectacle, failed to notice Estrella's suffering. But when she finally broke the ropes and bolted through the property, chaos ensued. Tables fell, glasses shattered, and screams mixed with the sound of panic. Estrella ran, her white coat glowing under the stars, but panic gripped her heart. What she knew was that she had to escape. Escape from the cruelty, escape from the pain. She didn't know where she was headed, only that she could no longer stay where she was. Samuel, observing from a distance, saw the mare flee. His heart raced. He knew she was heading toward the territory of the coyotes, a dangerous area where death lurked. He turned on his jeep and sped toward the savannah, knowing time was against him. He couldn't allow Estrella to become a victim of nature's cruelty, as if she were just prey. Meanwhile, Leonardo, inside his mansion, was consumed by rage. He would not allow Estrella to humiliate him. His party, his display of power, was being ruined. "Catch that mare!" he shouted, his eyes fixed on the darkness of the night. He didn't understand that Estrella was not a piece of his collection. She was something much greater. Something that could not be tamed, something that could not be controlled. Maria, one of the housemaids, overheard Leonardo's conversation and, with a heavy heart, realized what was about to happen. She knew Estrella was in great danger. Filled with a surge of courage, she ran to Samuel, pleading for his help. "You have to save Estrella before it's too late," she said, her eyes full of fear. Samuel knew time was running out. He looked at her and, without hesitation, said, "We'll rescue Estrella. We won't let her be a victim of Leonardo's cruelty." Meanwhile, Estrella, desperate, continued to run across the savannah, her hooves pounding the earth, her eyes fixed on the horizon. She could feel that something was lurking. The distant howls of the coyotes were getting closer, and she knew she was in danger. But with every step, she felt stronger. Freedom was all she wanted, and she wouldn't give up. The coyote pack was closing in, their eyes glowing in the darkness. Estrella was trapped, but her willpower didn't abandon her. The fight for freedom was instinctual, something she had always known she had to do. With one last effort, she broke free from the tree that held her and bolted toward the desert. The pack of coyotes circled around her, but Estrella didn't stop running. She didn't know what awaited her, but she was willing to face anything. Samuel arrived quickly at the large mesquite tree, where Estrella was about to be captured. He saw Leonardo's men surrounding her, ready to bring her back. But Samuel didn't hesitate. He ran toward her, shouting at the men, but his voice was drowned out by the sounds of the night. With speed and precision, he reached Estrella, now exhausted, and pulled her away from the pack of coyotes that was almost upon them. As the pack of coyotes dispersed, Leonardo, once again, was lost in his own rage. He knew his attempt to control Estrella had failed. But that night, he didn't know that Estrella, the mare, was no longer a mere object of his possession. She was, indeed, a symbol of freedom, something no one could control. Estrella's flight didn't end that night. She would continue her journey, free and untamed. And Samuel, who had saved her, knew his mission wasn't over. The Mexican savannah, with its vastness and mystery, would always be home to those souls who fought for freedom.